a lot of gray clouds. It shouldn't start raining anyways. And what's going on today? How about this one? Apparently there was a drone that fell and injured a bunch of people. And guess what? It was a media drone apparently. This one here says, drone that fell from sky, injured fans at Celtics watch party, was operated by CNN. Here it says, a drone that fell from the sky and injured fans at a Boston Celtics watch party on Tuesday night was operated by a cable news network employee, authorities said. Hundreds of people were gathered at a City Hall Plaza in Boston for a celebration of the defending NBA champs when the drone plummeted down, inflicting non-life-threatening injuries on 2 people around 8 p.m., according to the Boston Police Department. In a police report shared with Boston 25 News on Wednesday, officers stated that one person struck by the drone was bleeding heavily from his right hand, while the second person complained of significant pain in her head, neck, and shoulder areas. Several people saw the woman taken out on a stretcher after she was hit by the drone. Man, it makes me wonder how high was this actual drone when they were flying. It says police said that a CNN worker was piloting the drone and gathering video of a stage performance when he flew it between 2 trees and accidentally struck a light police, causing the drone to come crashing down on the crowd below. Struck a light police? What does that mean? It says the worker was licensed by the FAA to operate the drone, which was described as a DJI Mavic 3 Cine model. Police noted that Mavic 3 Cine drone is pretty bulky too in terms of the size in general. You can imagine when that's falling from the sky based on what happened here. Derek Scrima told Boston 25 that the unmanned aerial vehicle sliced his 2 fingers when it came crashing down, saying, quote, I was completely caught off guard. It was scary because my mind was like I could have just got my 2 fingers cut off, Scrima said. The Celtics watch party was hosted by TNT. In a statement, the television network said, unfortunately, there was an incident involving a drone and fans attending tonight's event. On site, medical and safety personnel immediately attended the situation. We are currently investigating further and wish all involved well. There were no charges filed in connection with the incident. So that is crazy. They had everything planned out, I would assume. They got the permission and all that. And for this to happen too, it makes me wonder, what can the victims actually get out of this in terms of, let's just say, compensation for their injuries and all that? What will happen to the actual drone pilot? Because in this unfortunate situation, you could say, for example, oh, it's an accident, but in many cases too, when it comes to drone regulations in these regards, people are so serious when people don't actually hurt anyone. Let's just say they're, quote, flying in a place where they're not supposed to, even if it's safe, they get punished. Let's just say like $5,000, $10,000, threatened of jail time and all that. So it makes you wonder, will there be consistency? Because here, people actually got hurt. In other situations, they don't. Will they basically take a double standard here, where this guy, they'll just say, okay, whatever, like you just gotta compensate those people for whatever harm you've caused them, versus punishing them in an extreme way? For example, no more license or something like that. And I guess we'll see. But again, it was kind of interesting too, just to see all the quote drone police people, fake gurus and all that, immediately blame this on, let's just say, a recreational flyer initially. And I was reading this today, which talked about how there was apparently a national security issue in regards to a drone security company per se. I read this in the news before where it sounded like initially it was just business disputes, but here apparently they're saying this Canadian tech company may have given information to China and all that. That's the claim anyways. It says national security cited as BC drone engineers' devices seized. Burnaby-based Skycope Technologies claims former employee disclosed information to foreign company. A BC Supreme Court judge has granted an extraordinary order to seize electronic devices from a former employee of a Lower Mainland company specializing in anti-drone technology, citing fears China or Russia might be trying to access military secrets. Documents contained in a partially sealed civil court file detail a scene in early September in which 9 people, including bailiffs, lawyers, and representatives of Burnaby-based Skycope Technologies, descended on the man's home to seize laptops, phones, and storage cards. Skycope got the order against his former employee known as XL in a closed-door hearing where the company alleged the electrical engineer had handed a foreign competitor confidential information sought by unfriendly state actors. It is significant in this particular case that the potential harm from the disclosure of information is not limited to only Skycope Technologies, Justice Nina Sharma wrote in her ruling. I also have evidence of the potential harm to Canada's national security interests. So yeah, so what initially sounded just like a business dispute turned out to be something even potentially more. Is it a big deal? It says engineers have cracked the radio frequency protocols of hundreds of drones, building a highly treasured drone library of devices Skycope can identify and defeat. And then there's a lot of, I guess, talk in regards to whether or not these companies are connected to military organizations and all that. It says a judge said XL's new employer is believed to have a parent company, which is a military and defense contractor in the UAE, and has publicly stated its willingness to supply products to Russia and to support Chinese and Russian defense entities through trade. Percy noted that XL is a Chinese citizen who graduated from a school with well-known links to China's state security agency. He also said China has passed laws that may compel Chinese citizens, including Chinese Canadians, to share intelligence. So who knows if that is the case, but again, it's kind of interesting in terms of what happened afterwards here, huh? I know there's that accusation and lawsuit in the US where DJI is suing the US government for classifying them as a military company of sort. Yet in this case, I guess, the accusation is this person's working, I guess, for a company that is tied to the military in some way. Let's see what happens here, I suppose, huh? All right, see you guys later.